Echo sat in front of the screen, watching the final. The same stadium, the same roar, the same drama. But something was missing. Not in the game, in him. Nobody noticed when waiting disappeared. And when it did, it took something else with it. 4 years ago, Echo used to mark his calendar. 1,461 days until the next World Cup. Not because he loved football more than anything, but because the World Cup wasn't just football. It was the event that stopped the world. Aura would join him on the couch, both knowing that for 1 month, the entire planet would be watching the same thing at the same time. No second screening, no scrolling, just presence. The opening ceremony felt like a global beginning. Every match felt rare. Every goal felt like it belonged to everyone. This year, Echo promised himself it would be the same. He cleared his schedule for the opening match. He sat down, Aura beside him. The whistle blew. But 3 minutes in, his phone buzzed. A highlight from a different match. A meme. A reaction video. He watched it, then returned to the live game. But the spell was broken. During halftime, Echo scrolled through every angle, every replay, every opinion. By the time the second half began, he'd already seen the best moments compiled, analyzed, and forgotten. When his team scored, he watched it live, then watched it again on his phone, then saw 47 different people react to it. The goal became content, and content doesn't feel like anything. Aura noticed something. Echo was watching more football than ever, but experiencing less of it. Echo realized he hadn't actually waited for anything in years. New episode? It's already out. Entire season, actually. New song? It's on your playlist. Curious about a match result? It's in your notification before the game ends. The World Cup used to be different because it was timed. You couldn't binge it. You couldn't skip ahead. You had to wait for Tuesday, for the knockout rounds, for the final. And that waiting built something. Anticipation. But the Eclipse hates anticipation. Anticipation is empty space. Empty space is uncomfortable. So the Eclipse fills it with pre-match content, post-match content, content about content. Echo checked his screen time during the tournament. He'd spent 42 hours watching World Cup content, but only 11 hours watching actual matches. He'd consumed the World Cup, but he hadn't experienced it. The final arrived. Echo turned off his phone. He sat with Aura. He watched. And for 20 minutes, it felt like before. The tension, the presence, the shared global moment. Then his phone lit up across the room. He didn't even pick it up. But knowing it was there changed everything. Knowing that someone, somewhere, was watching this better than him, with better commentary, better angles, funnier tweets. The Eclipse doesn't need you to scroll. It just needs you to know you could. And that's enough to take you out of the moment. After the final whistle, Echo felt empty. Not because his team lost, but because even when his team won, it didn't feel like it used to. Aura looked at him. She'd been there the whole time, but he'd been somewhere else. Everywhere else. Psychologists have a term for this: hedonic adaptation. The more available something becomes, the less we feel it. But there's another layer. The World Cup didn't just become more available, it became competing. In 1998, the World Cup competed with 4 TV channels. In 2026, it competes with infinite entertainment, all personalized, all instant, all designed to be more engaging than reality. Dr. Laurie Santos's research on happiness shows scarcity creates savoring. When something is rare, we pay attention differently. We're present for it. But the eclipse makes everything abundant. Every goal, every angle, every reaction. And abundance doesn't feel like a gift. It feels like noise. The neuroscientist Amishi Jha found that our attention is a finite resource. When it's divided across infinite streams, we lose the ability to immerse. Echo anyone watching the World Cup anymore. He was monitoring it. Echo found an old photo. Him and Aura, 2014 World Cup final. No phones visible. Just 2 people, sitting close, watching the same thing. He couldn't remember the score, but he remembered the feeling. The World Cup hasn't changed. We have. We've been trained to fear missing out so deeply that we can't risk missing out on missing out. So we watch everything and feel nothing. The eclipse convinced us that more access equals more experience. But experience doesn't scale. It requires boundaries. It requires choosing one thing and letting go of everything else. The next World Cup is 1,398 days away. Echo made a decision, not to watch more, to watch less. Less content, less commentary, less screens. Because the World Cup doesn't need to feel the same. But he does. Aura smiled, not because Echo had solved anything, but because he'd finally noticed. And noticing is always the first step back. The eclipse will still be there. It always is. But so is the choice to turn toward the light. This is Human Eclipse. We don't teach psychology. We reveal the hidden cost of modern life. Subscribe. New story every week.